Hi, everyone, and welcome to another official Hattrick stream. It's been a while, we know, but the summer holidays and other unexpected issues have caused this break. But we're going to make it up with a whole set of new streams. We promise. We have many things ready for you guys, and we sincerely hope that you will like them. As you can see, I'm joined by Johan, our beloved CEO, now co-host today. That's a nice tag. How are you, Johan?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm great, actually. Yeah. Happy to be back and looking forward to the weekend. as well.
How was your summer?
It was good. We took it a little calmer this year, so my kids don't like so much to travel. So we they like to travel, but they want to be with their friends as well. So we didn't move so much. It was nice.
Cool. So in this new streaming season after the summer break, we'd like to maybe take it to the next level with a few additions that we hope that you will enjoy. And we will talk, for instance, about latest news, something that we usually don't cover except on releases, development. We will present a next stream, maybe sometimes. And we will also go through this month's release, as we will do today, of course. And we may end with a quiz in which the winner will be able to win a Hattrick t-shirt of their choosing from our official merchandising store. First of all, while we wait for everyone to arrive and occupy their seats, we can start by playing the video of the release. Backed with updates that I think you will enjoy. Oh, it started from the end, from the beginning. It started well. I can see it's a new way to do this. Here it is.
Okay.
Hello, fellow Hattrickers. We're back after the summer with a brand new monthly release, and this one is packed with updates that I think you will enjoy. Let's start with some news. Maybe you've already noticed. In the past months, we've seen a big influx of new users, most of them joining through our apps. We know the game can be a bit confusing at first, so we focused on improving the new user experience, especially on mobile. We now have a redesigned sign-up page, similar to the one on the website, plus a new smart transfer search. It's available in the mobile app for now, and it helps you find training prospects or key players that fit your current budget. If you want to dream bigger, you can toggle the budget filter off and check out players above your current financial reach. You can look for a team star, a player that's better than what you already have, or a series star, the best player in that role in your series. These are pre-filled filters for quick help, mainly to help new users. And as usual, you can still use the classic transfer search by tapping on normal. You will also find this new feature in your players' individual pages. Just tap the three dots and select Search for a better alternative. Of course, not every new user sticks around. Some drop out after just a day or two. That's why we've added a system to clear out inactive newcomers more quickly, making space for managers who are really into the game. Speaking of community, our streamers have been getting great feedback lately. And now you can get notified about their streams directly on the Hattrick site. Just head to the Hattrick Creators Club under the community menu and hit follow for your favorite creators. You can also do that on the personal manager pages. You'll then see a small badge for a few hours before they go live, and it will stay around for a few minutes after the stream begins. And now, something fun. Our legendary commentator Stan Stetson is now animated. Watch him get angry, bored, or go wild celebrating a goal. It's a small visual detail, but it spices up both Hattrick Live and Relive, which, by the way, is now finally available on mobile too. Just note that on the app you can only follow one past match at a time, while on the website you can still watch several simultaneously. And finally, 2 old rules are being relaxed. You can now rename a player again as long as 16 weeks have passed since the last time, and HTMLs will be saved much longer. Unread messages will not be deleted, while read ones will now be saved for a full year instead of 6 months. And that's it for this release. Thanks for tuning in, and see you again in November with more updates. Okay, I don't know if there was a slight problem. I don't know if there was some lag.
Yeah, there was a lag for me, so I guess there was a lag for others.
Oh, okay.
But maybe we have to work on that one. It's maybe it was this thing of it being in the picture. I don't know, but
yeah, I don't know. We're trying different things. So we could start maybe explaining to the users why we have so many new users lately. What happened?
Okay, so for a long time, Hattrick has not done any marketing, or we have done marketing, but it has been really inefficient, and we haven't spent that much money on it. And well, those marketing dollars haven't led to a lot of signups, but we started to figure it out a little bit better, and now we found ways to use those same marketing dollars, but actually leading to signups. So most of this growth is from paid advertising, but it's not. Those ads are directed to the mobile app. It's people that download the app and then they sign up to Hattrick through the app. So so it's quite exciting for us. We have found a way to to market Hattrick at a reasonable cost, but it also means that we are getting users in through like a channel that we're not used to getting users in. We, historically, most users come in through the desktop, and they come through recommendation. They have users already playing the game that show them around, and we know that the game is quite hard to grasp. There's a lot of information early on that you need to digest. So now suddenly we have all these users coming in through the app, and there's really no way to understand the game if you only use the app. So that's the conundrum that we have. And we had to look again on the whole user experience for these new users, and try to fix it. So yeah, the first step was redesigning the sign up flow itself, and now we're looking more on the the product tour, all these things. We have a lot of systems like the manager license challenge. We have the milestones that you get when you start playing the game. There's also beginners guides and the manual and so on. So we're trying to bring those things together and explain things in a more modern way to give users a chance to understand. So that's an ongoing project there.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not something that we just did for this release, but it will keep. It's actually a long-term plan, because there's quite a lot of things that we can improve for new users who sign up on mobile, especially.
And I also say that's another thing that we have done. It's we're not interested in user numbers in itself. We are interested in users that stay, users with quality and users that engage. So another thing that we had to do, because a lot of these users that come in, they don't stay. That's just the nature of this kind of advertising. So that we cycle through them faster. Like if they come in and they don't put in match orders, they don't come back, they don't log in again, they will disappear faster from the game than regular signups, so to say. So that's they don't block the leagues. So that's another thing that we have worked on to like improve that flow of users.
Mm-hmm. And we've also increased the number of divisions in some countries that were reaching the maximum capacity, right?
Yeah, exactly. And also, I mean, the way these ads work, there is some dynamic that's we can be quite targeted to a specific league, and then if that league starts to fill up, we will stop having ads there. So that's, we don't want users coming in and not being able to play, and also we want always to save some space for so to say natural signups, but it's all a work in progress. But it feels good, like at some point, I mean, like we always prioritize the old loyal users, and they are really the most important thing in Hattrick. But at some point we also need some new blood into the game, and I think it's healthy to have new users as well. So it's extra exciting in that sense that we can do it.
Yeah, exactly. You guys, if you have any questions, you can ask them, and we will reply to them as soon as we see them, or I may just highlight some of them for the next minutes. We can also now talk about one of the features that I really like about this release, also because it's a bit of my area, which is the fact that you can now get notified about the streams that our creators do directly on the site. I don't know if you guys are using this, but I'm following every single creator, and it's so good to be reminded when they're live, and even 3 hours before, so that you can like plan your evening and see, okay, that this creator is going live at 8. Let's hit something at 7 and be ready to see what they do. And it's something that, well, yesterday I used it because I was seeing that Papa Beach was going live with a Hattrick Masters semifinal, and I clicked on it, and it took me to his Twitch page. And I think our creators love that. I just see Dema Jr., who's one of them, saying that it's magic news. And I strongly encourage everyone, to follow them. I don't know if you have already done that. Many people have, but probably some others haven't. Maybe they're not aware of it. So I can show you a bit how we do that. So this is the Hattrick Creators Club page, which you can reach through community and Hattrick Creators Club. And then you have here all the content creators that we have approved. These are official content creators. These are all part of the Hattrick Creators Club. You just have to click on, I have now following, but if I unclick that, it would be follow. Then you click on following. And when they are live, you will be able to see here on top, as we have now for our stream, that they're going live. You can see that they are going live. And I strongly recommend everyone who wants to be aware of what's going on in the community to follow all the creators in their language, or at least the ones they like the most, but all of them are good. So I strongly recommend that. So let me know if you're following any of them. I can see that Palinius is already following Dema Jr. And actually would like to take advantage of this to promote the new stream that we will do, the next one that we will do in 2 weeks, on the 21st of October, which will be actually HCC related, that is Hattrick Creators Club related. And it's something really cool. I think that you will all like it, because it's not only related to them, but to all of you who want to take part in it. there will be 6 squads captained by one creator each, and they will battle each other in a league, then semifinals, and then final. So if you want to play, you will just have to choose a creator, one of them, and apply for their teams or their squad. We will call it a squad, just not to mix it with teams. But not yet, not yet. We will present the whole tournament on Tuesday, 21st of October, live here in this official channels. These official, because I'm including YouTube and Twitch. And then we will start with the application period. So stay tuned.
Cool.
I don't know if you like to add something else, because I'm talking quite a lot, I feel.
We got some questions, so we could just go through them.
Okay.
I just wrote a few down. Well, we got the question, will there be a fifth team? So that question we get on every stream. That is not in the plan. We got a question if there will be a winter campaign. Well, you can only, we never announce those in advance, but you have to work on your the probabilities. Probabilities are important metrics. So like if you go back in time and you look, what has happened in the past, you can work on the probabilities if it might happen in the future. Who knows? But we don't say those things in advance.
Who knows? Random may strike.
Yeah.
It may strike, and you never know.
Someone asked if we are, and this is like related to the marketing, are we happy with the retention of these this marketing campaign? As anyone knows, probably that works with these kind of ads, the retention is not great on any paid advertising for games. It's not disastrous, but it can absolutely improve. So what we're looking at is if it still makes sense, despite the fact that the retention is not that great, and it still makes sense. But even within that, it can be improved a lot, I think. So we're working on that.
There's another interesting, it's this one, yeah. I think it would be a good idea to create something like Hattrick GPT to help new players understand the game's features and prevent early drop-off. It wouldn't be easy, first of all.
Yeah, well, easy. I don't think it's, like you can go to ChatGPT today and just ask for advice on how to play Hattrick, and he would give you advice, so I don't think it has to be that hard. But I mean, like and maybe this is a nice theme for a stream at some point, like AI in general in Hattrick, because what we're talking a lot about is that we don't want to use too much outside platforms, especially we don't want to share user data with with the AI cloud platforms. So at some point, I think we'd want to have our own LLM, like our own little AI server that we can use for this kind of stuff, and then we could just train it on a lot more specific data. So for example, a chatbot to help a newbie. We could instruct that chatbot to not give too much advantage to the newbie, to give it some guardrails on what kind of stuff it would say and so on. So I think there's huge possibilities there, but it's still being worked on. Let's go.
One more question. Will there be a graphic change for the match in the future?
Maybe. That's something that we're discussing right now. I mean, now obviously the way things are going with AI now, now you have, or maybe not yet, but very soon, the ability to create 3D worlds on the fly. You know, like you just write the prompt and then you have a 3D world that you can walk around in. So who knows, you know, what will be possible in 5 years. But it's not at all something that we're working on right now. So there's other things that we think are more important.
Then we have some comments like this one. I celebrated my 18th Hattrick birthday in Malmö. Sadly, couldn't meet Johan, but it was an amazing city.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. We talked about that. I was not in Malmö, but it would have been really nice to have a beer or a coffee with you and your brother and father, right? I think it was that you were traveling together.
Then we have some comments about the updates. Very positive, actually, like this one. Guys, this month's update is fantastic. I love the fact that you are developing new features for new players. Hattrick is certainly not an easy game to understand, and that's part of its magic, but it can be demoralizing for new players at first. What you're doing is wonderful. Keep up the good work. Thank you. And it's completely true. I mean, we all have people we know that have started playing the game. And what seems really natural for us now that we've been playing for many years, it's like so much information and sometimes unexpected or different from what you expect, you know, like training just a line. It's something that for new users, it's certainly difficult to understand. That's why we are actually working hard on this. And I don't know if we're focusing like what percentage of our efforts or dev time, but it's quite a lot. Because we need it. We need to, but of course we need to improve the game for our usual regular players. So
yeah, there's a balance there.
There's also this one wonderful new update, but I think we must update the CHPP apps because most of them are outdated.
Yeah, I mean, we are not the ones updating the CHPP app, so that's that's third-party developers. What we have talked about, I recently met CHPP Telus this week actually, and we were discussing what is the future of CHPP. Like, it's not that easy these days to find developers that are willing to build apps, and it has also like become harder to find the obvious applications, because since the site has more and more features. It used to be like 20 years ago that there was a lot of very obvious things that were lacking on Hattrick.org, so people would build their own third-party apps and offer that functionality to the users. And now there's a lot more functionality on the site, so maybe not so much joy in building an app for the end users. There still pops up new ideas once in a while that are great, so I still think there's potential, but the at the end of the day, like, it's the developers. They need to have ideas, and they need to be motivated to update and to create new apps. So we are having a think, like, what is there anything we can do? Is there like new areas of the game or like new data that we can give them, or is it other stuff that they need more? So yeah, it's a discussion that we're having, but there's no button that we can just press, like to update the apps more. But we would like to have more activity in the CHPP for sure.
And now that you mentioned that, you said that you met CHPP Teles. Maybe we can actually talk about when and where you met.
Yeah, no, it's we have as you may know, like we have a few hundred volunteers and staff members, so I think it's like 120 GMs and something similar with mods and language administrators, translators. So once every few years we arrange an event for them that not all of them show up, but we were like around 100 people in Bucharest this last weekend, and had a lot of fun. So we met for 3 days, and all of the HTs were there as well. So we took one day as a workshop where we were building stuff, and we were building features for the staff, and yeah, I got a chance to work together, which is always nice, all of us at the same time. And then we had a Q&A session with the staff and explaining everything that we're working on and what we're doing. This was taken on the day when everyone was arriving, so a lot of them still hadn't showed up, so we had to do the same thing later the same day again. But but most of it is about socializing, like to have a chance to to get to know each other better, and you talk about the game, but you talk about other stuff as well, and it really helps during the year when we have to talk about Hattrick stuff, and we're on chat and in the forums, that we have a face to these people and a way to build trust and all these things. So this is like a really nice tradition that we have. And you had some touristic pictures as well. I don't know if we didn't make it to Dracula's castle because it was too far. The traffic was a challenge there, but we went to some salt mines. Absolutely impressive.
Amazing. This place is unexpected. I didn't expect that.
Nah, this is like 55-meter high salt mine, and it's 120 meters below ground. And the roof is 50 meters high there. Really cool.
Yeah, when you said we were going to a salt mine, and expected we would all be walking like in a tunnel in a cave. And it's huge. You see the people there. It's like small like ants. It's impressive. Yeah. And then we went to the Pelesh Castle.
Yeah, it's
in Sinaia.
Very romantic. And they thought that we should have the Hattrick headquarters there, that it would suit our profile, but a little big for us.
Persina says there are some GMs still stuck in this mine. Send help. And then we also visited Bucharest, of course, which has the heaviest building in the world, which is this one in the picture, the Palace of Parliament, which is the third largest building in the world after the Pentagon, and another one that's quite new.
I think it was like the Cape Canaveral Rocket Center or something like that.
Okay. But this one is the heaviest because it's all made of what was it?
Well, I think there was not marble, because the marble is not strong enough to keep the weight up. It's reinforced concrete, most of it, but yeah, very heavy. But it was actually 28 buildings stitched together, I think, also. So it's actually not just one building. Anyway, so that's our little postcard from the weekend. But it's great to be back. I really enjoy these meetings, and then we came home, and I think some of us caught some viruses and so on, but hopefully we're all on the mend now.
I would
Yeah.
say that now in the HT team,
Mm.
half of the members are ill.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Tassos is not here because he's really sick.
Yeah. He's sick. Yeah.
So I'm not sure we should do those
To what?
staff meetings.
So that was yeah what we have been doing. What else?
There are some actually news inside the game too that we could take a look. And yesterday, for instance, we had the semifinals of the Hattrick Masters. I don't know if you guys follow that, but the greatest club competition in the game. And actually, I was watching yesterday in Papa Mishi's stream, and the matches were really, really thrilling. I'll show you the two semifinals. First, we have this one. This match was just incredible. If you're aware of the ratings of top level teams, this is huge. Look at the midfield, look at the attack and defense ratings. It was a huge match between two amazing teams. Both of them actually had won the Hattrick Masters previously.
Yeah,
And Gallagher.
M. Gallagher, I recognize, but where are they from? What leagues?
M. Gallagher won it last season. He's from Argentina.
Exactly. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
And Acme Corporation is owned by El Canto. He plays in Venezuela, but he won it, I think, with the previous team. I don't remember the name. I think it was Dundee of Tasmania. I'm not sure. But he won the Hattrick Masters previously. So, huge match. But surprisingly, it started like 3-0 in 41 minutes. But it wasn't completely decided because in the 90th minute, there was the 3-2. And for 2 minutes, I think Ercanto may have had a heart attack or something because he may have thought that it was won. And then, but it was a very, very interesting match. And then we had another semifinal between two less known teams, Domino Domoni, and I'll try to pronounce the other one, Prljavi Tripsi Potmladak. I hate those names. They're so hard to pronounce when you try to do those streams. And the match was also really interesting. The ratings were lower, especially on midfield, but the match itself was amazing. 2-man marking. There was actually at halftime a substitution of the marked players, so everything changed. The score went from 1-0 to 1-2, then extra time, 3-2, substitutions, then an injury, an extra time with no substitution possible for the team that was winning. So it was really, really a thrilling game as well. And now we have the final next week on Thursday at 8 o'clock between Domino, Domoni, and Acme Corporation. So,
but isn't Ercanto, isn't he like supposed to be the most successful manager in Hattrick history, like with the most league titles in Venezuela? Maybe someone else has moved.
Maybe it's Belchis. Maybe you're mixing it with Belchis.
Belchis. Sorry. Yes.
Could be.
But he's also from Venezuela.
Yeah, I think Ercanto is Spanish. I'm not 100% sure, but this team is in Venezuela.
Of course. Okay. My bad.
Yeah. And now we have matches, as we can see here, the matches from national teams playing right now. We're sorry to be streaming at the same time as the Swedish stream and also the French HT Act 2. But it's the only moment in which we could do that stream. We actually wanted to do it first, but things happen.
Yep.
But so we could reply to some more questions. Have you seen anything? Because I've been talking a lot now and I haven't
Yeah, there's a question about so from 725. Are there any plans to change the Hattrick Masters format?
Yeah, good question.
So we have a new proposal for that, which is gonna happen at some point, probably next year. I don't know if you, Chase, you can explain it a little bit quickly, and then we.
Yeah, it will be like a change of system completely, because now it's just a single round elimination tournament, and actually it could happen like, for instance, in the first round, or actually the second round, because the first round was very small with a few teams. In the second round, we had a clash between two of the strongest teams. It was Sherlock's and Gaviao. And so that meant that one of the two favorites were facing each other in the first round, and one of them could not continue. This will change. The single elimination will change as well. To be fair, it was discussed like maybe half a year ago or more, and I don't remember exactly what we decided, but it will be a system that will certainly be fairer and allow teams to play more matches, not just one. I don't remember if we had decided for a league or a double elimination system, but well, actually, even if I remembered, it could change before it was implemented. But yeah, Hattrick Masters needs to be changed, because as it is now, it's a very interesting and thrilling tournament, but it can be unfair for some teams that have been working hard for years to reach that tournament. So we'll see if in the next seasons it's finally implemented. It's more or less decided what will happen. So it's just a matter of our planner to decide now is the moment.
Yep. Okay. Quick question about the flag page or flag chasing. If we should redesign the flags, they're too small.
I agree with this one. They're really small.
I also agree. I also agree. The thing is, like, once you do it, then there's a lot of places that needs to be adapted, right? Because the flags are used in many places. So, but I think it like goes, very much hand in hand with this kind of slow visual upgrade that we want to do on the whole site. Like, we should not have elements that are, 2004 level quality. Can avoid it. So yeah, good point.
Yeah, it's something that it's usually never brought up. I think it's the first time I see this question. Actually, it's true. It's only visual, but
the thing is, like, it's quite boring. Like, when we do a new league, and then we have to to design a flag that is 10 by 18 pixels or something like that, and it's quite sad. So this is something that we definitely can afford, to do more beautiful.
Yeah, I remember when we were designing the flag for the homegrown league, that we were coming with designs that were so cool, and look at this badge, and now let's see it in 10 per 20 pixels. Oh, it's ridiculous. We have to change it because you don't see what's going on in that such a small picture.
Yeah, no, it's no good. What else?
I can highlight another one if you want.
Yeah, sure.
This one, this is quite a common one. It's been asked some other times, so I don't know if you want to reply to it.
Yeah, I mean, what I usually say is that it's more like an interface thing that we need to redesign the match order form a little bit. I don't mind the change itself. It changes also like a little bit the balance of the tactical advisor and so on. Like, if we're gonna have more changes, but I think at some point we will probably do this. I'm not like, at the same time, it's not like we have to implement everything that happens in real football, because that would mean that we had to implement VAR, and I hate VAR. Like, one of the things that we went to a football match in Bucharest on Sunday, and it stopped for VAR. I can't how many times, 4 times or something. It was penalties that were it's so boring. But so I don't want VAR in Hattrick, for example. But maybe we can have 5 substitutions at least. Yeah. Right. So questions about youth teams. Just Distrello there above, and
Yeah, there are 2 actually. This
yeah.
one, and at least this one. I don't know if I'm missing any.
Yeah, there was another question about having a trophy case for youth teams.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I think I mentioned this before. I would also like some kind of competitive element in youth teams. Not something too heavy, but it's a little bit sad that there is no reason to win your matches, I think. So that's something yeah, we're gonna do that, I think.
What else? Do you see any other questions that I see nice comments, but I feel bad now highlighting nice comments because it's like we're showing off the good comments, but there's actually a good one that is not for us, but it's something that I wanted to ask Mish actually, is if he'll do a stream for the final of the Hattrick Masters, and he says that he will see how free he is next week. Okay. So again, for those who arrived lately, if he does the stream and you follow him in the Hattrick Creators page, you will be able to get the live badge when he is live, and actually 3 hours before. So please follow them, follow our creators.
Someone asked 729 to follow up on this AI theme, if there is an AI dedicated to creating the best lineup.
This one, yeah.
I haven't seen. I'm sure there probably is someone that has done his own little AI agent for that. But I don't, as far as I know, there's nothing published, and we don't have it ourselves. I mean, like, I have asked quite a lot of things about Hattrick, and the AIs, they have a reasonable, like, general knowledge about Hattrick from reading public stuff, but it can very well be outdated. This tactical thing changed 2 years ago, and they will give you some other answer, and they have absolutely no idea about, like, the fine tuning of lineups and stuff like that. So to do a good one of those, you need to train it a little bit yourself, I think. Right.
Actually, for what I could see sometimes in the forums, some users asked some questions about Hattrick and AI, and the replies, the answers, and suggestions from the AI were abysmal. Something like, "Don't do that. Don't listen to the AI," because the understanding of Hattrick by the AI is, for what I could see, at least in those cases, is really bad. I never ask questions to the AI. I know about Hattrick, but for what I could see in the forums, wow, nonsense, really. Something like, what? It's funny how the AI never says that it doesn't know. It never says, I don't know.
Oh, no, it's true. No, but I've used it for like when did we introduce this feature in Hattrick? And, like, instead of going through 400 editorials in admin and, like, trying to find, he says something, and then I can go and verify that, okay, it was actually at this point. So, I mean, for that kind of stuff, it is very helpful, I think, that even though obviously, the AI doesn't understand Hattrick in any way, shape, or form, it can still help you find stuff that you then verify yourself. But yeah, it's getting there. Yes.
By the way, I don't know if you've seen that you have people who think like you. But yeah, the VAR was already in the text of a game recently. That's something that the LAs have added, right? Not
Okay.
you.
Okay, yeah, maybe yes.
Yeah.
I hope it's temporary, because sometimes they do these things as a temporary joke. But
Yeah, the LAs have some freedom in their languages to. I mean, the result, of course, has to be the same. If the original event is a goal or a missed chance or a quick chance, it has to be the same. But they can rephrase it any way they want and make it crazier or whatever. A good example is US English in Hattrick. It's much crazier, much, I don't know how you would describe it, but the match reports look quite different, but the chances, everything is the same. It's just the way they are phrased, right?
yeah.
So more questions. Is there any plan to introduce new player specialities in the near future?
No, there's not. There's not any plans at the moment.
It would be hard to include a new speciality here. And I wonder what it would be. I mean, if anyone wants to comment and suggest what kind of speciality they're missing in the game, we would probably not implement it, but just for fun.
Yeah,
It would be nice to see the ideas. So let's see, a question about HCC from Zagata. Could HCC overview be like a list with filters? Now the creators are kind of all over the place. That's interesting. We could have some filters.
It is a big page. That's true. I mean, I guess as we add more creators, it will become more of a problem. But right now, it's a huge problem. Like, we moved away from having language-based notifications that you would like. Okay, now I'm a user who plays in the Spanish league, or I use Spanish language, and for that reason I should be interested in Spanish streamers. That was like the idea before, but now it's more like you follow the streamers that you're actually interested in. But of course, we could have a filter that you could you could filter on the streamers in a certain language, for example, and it would be make it easier to find. But yeah, not on the plan at the moment.
And going back to AI, there's this comment. We did a forum poll on AI in the Netherlands not too long ago, and to sum things up, just 1/3 of voters considered it to be some kind of positive addition to the game.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you put into it, right? Like, imagine that you have like a chatbot that can help you find the right place in the manual for a specific question. I mean, like, what's the harm in that? It's really, I don't think anyone would really see that as a problem. But what I don't think people want is AI optimized lineups, like these kind of things that, like, let the AI run my training, let the AI pick my lineups. That we don't want in Hattrick. Like, Hattrick is all about human, like the fact that you're playing against a human. That's really so I don't want. Yeah, I don't want that in Hattrick, and I think, but that said, I think there's like places in Hattrick where AI could help organize data, or speed things up. Yeah, it's a big discussion, but there's not like a general.
And this user Gorshi says that he thinks there only might be an AI action in the question forum after no answer by other users after, let's say, 1 day. You still risk weird questions and weird answers, I think, but who knows? AI is.
I don't know, like if they pulled that back, but like Facebook had this bizarre idea, like totally bizarre, with AI people, like AI profiles that would interact with your own profile. Like, hey, I'm an AI friend. Like, do you wanna chat? Like, I mean, like, what a total capitulation for a social network to say that people care so little about Facebook now that we have to have these bots that are gonna talk with you. So like if is there anything that Hattrick is still really good at, it's the fact that we have human managers that care about their teams, and that's what we should always like put front and center of everything. Yeah, then I still think there could be like side things. I mean, like the AI logo, it's still cooler to draw your own logo, for sure, but the AI logos look better and they are more personal than like a template logo that we might have offered as a backup, like which is just like maybe you have to pick 4 colors or 4 shapes, and so I think there's a place for it, but I don't want it to feel like you're playing against bots all the time.
Yeah, exactly. There are a couple of questions related to friendly matches. This one, which would change the whole game since it has been in the beginning, since the beginning, which is, do you plan to allow the organization of friendly matches for the entire season? That is, even if you're in the cup.
You mean that? Is that what he means, you think? Because what the way I interpret this question is that if you're out of the cup, that you could book several weeks ahead. But you can't.
Okay.
As long as you're in the cup, you can't do that.
Could be. Actually, it could be interpreted in both ways.
Well, I mean, you can't organize.
It makes more sense.
Well, we're not gonna add another slot so that you can play friendly matches and play in the cup at the same time. No, that's not. But if you're out of the cup, that is actually something that we have been very close to implementing, because we were redoing the matches page and the challenges page. We wanted to merge those and like to simplify the whole process of setting up friendlies. And then we thought, why should you only be able to book 1 week in advance? I really don't see any reason why that has to be like that. So then we said, okay, maybe we add it that you can book several weeks ahead. So if that was what you were asking, I think I'm not saying that it's in the plan, because right now it's not in the plan, but it has been very close to happen. So I think it will happen at some point. Yeah.
And also regarding friendlies, can we put an option that when you search for an international friendly, it shows which countries you already have as a home team or as an away team? So for flag chasing.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not sure if it's relevant to all the non-flag chasers. To be honest, I mean, isn't that part of the game? That you actually have to keep track of. So.
And I think it's quite part of the challenge, right? If you want to do flag chasing, it's like a challenge you have decided to take, and the whole challenge is also like take note of every flags that you're missing. As when you do some sticker collection or something like this. I think it's part of the challenge. my opinion. But of course, I understand that if it's easier. There's a question, actually, a personal question for you. How is it going with your last team, the one where you have been tutored?
Yeah,
Go mua mua.
it has not been going well at all, and I mean, I put most of the blame on myself, but I mean, Dema, since he's here, we need to have some kind of crisis meeting, because like the plans for how I would train and sell those players, they totally, I was not able to get the money that I was supposed to get for those players that I trained, so then I ended up not selling them, and now it's all a disaster, really. So yeah, I need some help there to get back on track.
We got a suggestion from Jagata about specialities. Coffee fueled. It plays with superhuman energy for the first 20 minutes, then crashes completely. Occasionally tries to press the referee instead of the opponent. That's fun, actually. Could be a good substitute. Drama Queen can earn a penalty out of nowhere with an Oscar-worthy dive. However, loses all focus if the cameras aren't on. Nice.
This is too realistic.
Yeah, actually, it's something like the honesty, is it? Like the attribute of honesty. You can dive and get a yellow card, actually. Not earning a penalty. I don't think they do, which is something that we could implement. And GPS, lost constantly, found in the wrong area of the pitch. Sometimes accidentally helps the attack, sometimes the opponents. A bit unpredictable. But yeah.
I'm not sure that specialty would be very popular.
No, it's fun. I like these ideas. It's for fun, of course. Thank you, Zagata. And there's actually another question that I have seen over in the forum or in social media. The idea is to create an official idea box. Then it will be a list of ideas divided by the different types of categories, player, team, stadium, general, together with a detailed description. And then the users would have the possibility of voting to see which are the most popular and could be realized in the first stage. And also after that, it will be a section with officially accepted by the HCC team and directed to realization. Well, it's much similar to the smaller rotation sport. I don't know if Jimanaki89 is aware of it, but we have a thread on the Global English Forum called Small Irritations. Now it's number 12 or 13 or 14 or more, I don't remember, where users suggest small ideas, easy to implement, or something that bother them a bit. When doing this, I have to click in this place, but it would be easier if I click on the other place, things like that. And we track them and we keep them in a board, in a Trello board. You can actually check this board if you go to the small rotations thread. And they're actually ordered by different types of categories. And you cannot vote. And it's not that easy as users choosing one category and everything will have to be implemented, because the devs need to have a say in that, whether it's too difficult or actually if the Hattrick teams thinks it's suitable to implement this, actually. But yeah, it's quite similar. So Simonaki, if you want to take a look at that, I think you will like it. And of course, if you have any ideas that are not there, you can suggest them in the same thread.
Yeah, I think I think he's talking a little bit more also about like new ideas, implement this speciality or do kind of formation or whatever. That's not what the smaller rotations is for. I mean, you can do idea threads on the forum if you have full feature in mind, you can post and discuss with other users. We read those threads. Sometimes on Backstage, which is a special forum that you can join. We do this kind of deep brainstorming with the users as well, like when we wanna improve a certain area of the game, and then we invite users to discuss that with us, and then we like draw on these threads that have already been in the forums. So there are ways to take part in the game design, but usually, like, if we get an idea that is like a little bit out of nowhere, like, why don't you implement what I know, like player loans, or a new tactic or something. It's a little hard to let's just implement that as it is, because it affects so many different places in the game, and but it's still worth suggesting these ideas, because it kind of like builds up a reservoir of ideas, and then when we want to improve a certain area, we have like all these discussions that have already taken place, and that but usually the idea, if you propose like a crazy new idea, the answer is usually no, we won't do it. But that doesn't mean that it's not worth the discussion is still worth having. So
Yeah, exactly. There are very interesting discussions in global when a new idea thread is opened, and some of them are really interesting. Some of them are hard to implement as well. And hard, it doesn't mean from difficulty, but it's also like too much work, maybe, or too many problems that could arise in the internal gameplay, things like that. So, but we read them all, as Johan said, and we take them all into consideration. It's very good to know what other users think when such ideas are suggested. So if you have big ideas, like not small irritations, feel free to open the thread in the forum. I think I already suggested that to that user. So what else do we have? We have many other questions. There's actually one question that we have explained at the beginning of the stream. I don't know if Larry Ultra arrived late, but maybe we can summarize it really quickly, Johan.
Yeah, like I would say, like, we have found, if I go back to your questions, that it says you have found a good way to onboard new players, and not true. We have found good ways to make them sign up, but they're still not so good. The onboarding is still not good enough, because they do tend to churn away. So what we have done is we have improved the sign up process already, so it's easier to sign up from the app, and also like to understand a little bit about what the game is about. But now the next step is the proper onboarding, like to teach the game, and to understand like what happens the first 2 weeks. So hopefully that will improve the retention.
There are a few questions, as usual, about supporter prices, especially in poor countries. These are not my words; it's the word of the one who wrote UK. No.
Well, I mean, there are already lower prices in poor countries. We have tiered supporter prices there. And another question is, why aren't there more promotional campaigns throughout I think we had one in the end of August, so that is a little bit more than a month ago. Not if I'm not totally wrong.
Yeah, the end of August, 28% for the 28th anniversary.
and then before that in June, and then we had in earlier in the spring as well.
No,
So
wait, but it was for merch. It was for merch.
okay, but we had supporter birthday right in June also. Anyway, so it happens regularly. If you want the best deal, you just have to have some patience.
Patience, it's always a good thing to have.
And we know that you have good patience because you're Hattrick users. So just hang.
Exactly. Okay. Do you see any other questions?
No, I think we covered most things actually. We can take the last one, which is Destrello. Have you ever thought seriously about U21 teams for clubs?
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, like that. But no, we haven't. Sorry.
It makes sense. I understand why he asks that, because if you have a team that are now reaching their peak when they're 28, 30 or something, you have a batch of interesting players that are 17, you have to sell them because you will not train them. So I understand it, but it would mean a huge change of the whole concept, right?
Yeah, it would.
I think I'm having some issues with my internet connection. I think it's going a bit patchy, but
Yeah.
as long as everything is working. So maybe if we don't have any other questions that are really important, we can like do the last section of this stream.
Maybe we could reiterate that the streams are back. So we're gonna aim at every 2 weeks at the minimum, right? That's usually gonna be like one stream, a release stream, and another stream that's gonna have like a separate topic or a separate theme. That's how we're thinking about it. So we're gonna try to be more consistent on the streaming. And then we have later this autumn we're gonna have some more interesting news. I think it's gonna be a hectic month for us to prepare everything, but some cool stuff happening I think in November. So yeah, don't miss out on that.
Yeah. Okay. So shall we try to do a quiz? First of all, I have to say that the idea was doing it differently using one of these platforms, but I haven't found any single one that had everything I needed. So at least for today, we'll do it in a, I would say, simple, very simple way. So first of all, I will activate the comments here on the screen. Let's see if they work. And I will ask, I think it's 7 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 questions. The first to reply to each question will move to the next round. Only the first one. If there's a tie, there can be 2 of them, of course. Correctly, of course, the answer should be correct.
But there can't be a tie because it's the first one. There's always going to be one before the other, right?
I guess so, yeah, I guess.
Because the same minute is not going to count.
Exactly. The thing is, we have 2 platforms. You should be aware of that. We're streaming on Twitch and YouTube. So in the Twitch chat, you will only see the comments on Twitch. And those in YouTube, in that chat, you will only see the comments on YouTube.
But here on the we'll see both.
Exactly. Here in this chat, we should see both, and we will see both internally, you and I, Jochen.
Yeah. So the first answer that appears on this screen that we all see here is the winner.
Exactly, right? The one that is correct. So let's try it with the first question. The question will be printed here as well, below our faces. So the first question is, what training type is the most common nowadays used by 28% of managers? Okay, we've got one. Matthew Ray. Well, I saw it. Matthew Ray on the screen. Matthew Roy, sorry. It was so small that I couldn't read. Matthew Roy, playmaking. So, Johan, can you take note of the names of the people?
I will. Matthew
Roy.
Yeah, very shocking answer. Okay.
Playmaking, I didn't expect that. We're starting easy. It will get harder and harder, you will see. So, next one. In which city are the Hattrick headquarters located? I see one, Malmö. Malmö is the right answer.
Yeah, it is a bit of a...
That's Zarata.
That's where the developer team.
Okay, there was one Lisboa. It's not the right answer, even though Johan lives there. The headquarters are in Malmö, in Sweden. Okay, I see that many people know that. There's one Portugal, Lisboa, Stockholm.
Yeah, I mean, the office of Hattrick is actually in Gibraltar. Malmö is the developing team. So I would give a correct answer to the first one that said Gibraltar here.
Okay, then we can have these two because both are right, actually.
Yes.
So you can take note of W. MacLeod and Zagata. And actually, we said the prize before when we started the stream, but for those who joined lately, the prize is one Hattrick t-shirt, not hoodie, t-shirt of your choice out of those in the merch store. So, next question. What is the name of the newest national team competition for the lowest ranked national teams? And Priscina's got the answer. Contender League. Nice. St. Vincent Kites. This answer is brilliant. Actually, there are only two correct answers because Contender Cup wouldn't be accepted. It's Contender League. Yeah, Priscina is the winner of this question. So next one, easy one, I think. Which is the country with the highest number of active teams in Hattrick? The first answer was wrong. But there are many right answers. So if we check the comments, the first one who said Italy is Dodo More. I don't know how to pronounce that. Dodo ZZ More. There are three answers before saying Spain, but Spain is second. Italy has quite a larger number of active users than Spain and than any other country. Okay, let's see who was paying attention to what we were saying today in the stream. In which city was last week's staff meeting held? Yes. Yeah, everybody paid attention. Wow.
So we have WM again.
Yeah.
How do we do that? I guess he prevents anyone else from getting to the last round.
Is he already on the list?
Yeah, he's on the list. Yeah.
Then the second one could enter,
I think.
Which would be TV Cafe. So it's Bucharest, written in a very weird way, but it's clearly Bucharest. So.
Okay.
Nice. And no wrong answers, actually. Wow. I was expecting someone to say Budapest, but no. That's nice.
That was in 2005.
Yeah.
That's that.
So let's see the knowledge of the HT staff here. Johan is HT staff, I am HT staff, but what's the name of the newest HT member?
We have another double winner here. Proceed. I think it's Dimitris, right?
It's Dimitris. Dimitris is the latest. He joined less than a year ago. I joined almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And Juan before me, so Juan is wrong as well.
Prusina is also again. He's this second.
So HT Dimitris by Beer Patriot would be the second.
Yeah, but are we giving the seconds the spots or not?
I think so. I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I need to.
Well, actually, when we were talking about this, we mentioned it's a different thing, but we mentioned that the winner of this whole game would not be able to win again in the next stream. So I think we could do the same for these small questions, right?
Okay.
I think it makes sense.
So then I need to add the second that said Bucharest, so that we have someone TV Cafe that wrote.
Yeah, TV Cafe. Yeah.
TV Cafe. Okay.
TV Cafe, and you got Be a Patriot. Yeah.
Okay.
So the last question before the final one. That's not easy, but this has to be spot on. So we only accept perfect answers. And this time, perfectly spelled to make it trickier. What's the name of the new feature just released on mobile this month to improve your squad with better players easily?
Oh, it's okay. Okay, Alberto.
I'm not sure this is correct. I said perfect. It's a clue. There's a word missing. Almost. You're already there. Come on. Someone was to write the 3 words. It's 3 words. In order, please. Papa Misha's got it.
Okay.
Smart transfer search. That was fun. That was really fun. Sorry, Alberto. You wrote them in the wrong order. So, we have how many? 8?
Right. Yeah.
9?
So we have the following that are allowed to proceed to the final round, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, Matthew Roy, Sagata, DWM Cloud, Prusina, Doda Mor, TV Cafe, Beer Patriot, and Papa Mish.
Cool. So these are the ones who can now take part of in the last question. So if the rest, do we allow the rest to participate, or would it be like chaos?
No, well, I mean, some are probably gonna post anyway, but you
yeah,
can't.
but
So it's only try not to post, but
please.
You can't win anyway. So
yeah, exactly. Just the honor of. Okay, so the last question is like the previous one. I need the exact answer, and it's tricky too, but it's actually the one that decides who will win. And I'm realizing that one of them has a small advantage. So, what does HCC stand for? Only right answers. Many wrong answers. It has to be spot on. Right words, right plurals, singulars. I think I've got it.
I'm not sure.
Oh no, do we have it?
I'm not sure if I would have gotten this one right.
Neither do I, because it's very tricky. Yeah, Dodo Zimor, I think, has got it. It was the first one. The answer is not Hattrick Content Creators, but Hattrick Creators Club.
Mm.
So Dodo Zimor is taking part, right?
Yes.
So he should be the winner, because he's the first one who wrote Hattrick Creators Club.
Great.
So, is this your real username in Hattrick? That's something that we would need to know here. And just a fun fact, we first decided the 3 letters HCC before we decided what they would mean. I don't know why, but we had like many different options for HCC, and many of them have been mentioned here.
Creators Collective, Creators
Community
Creators,
Content Creators.
It was a total mess.
Yeah.
But we had like written the editorial, so we had the text translator already or something like that. We had done the logo. I don't know how it was, but yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
It had a nice look.
So we've got his username. It's Rick/Dan079. So that's the winner of the t-shirt. We'll contact you.
Yeah, so we contact you, or he contacts me in Hattrick, HTJ1, one or the other, and we'll send you a voucher for the shop.
Perfect. Yeah, this will be much easier than other times, and I'm not looking at anyone, Papa Mish.
Exactly. Exactly. No, but let's not take the discussion to that. Still not forgotten. Okay. No, exactly. We're not going to use the voucher. We're actually just going to send it to you. So I need to talk to you and get your address, and then you pick a size and color, and we send it.
Okay. So with this, I think we can call it a day for today, and thank everyone for just joining us and following the stream and playing, which I think it has been fun. I think we can do it more often. And I didn't dislike this system of writing comments. It's not that bad. It was fun. So thank you, everyone. I don't know if you want to add anything else, Johan.
No, glad to be back.
Yeah, after a few months. So see you in 2 weeks on the 21st of October with our HCC, our Hattrick Creators Club, and the tournament we are about to organize. So see you then, and thanks for joining.
Ciao.
Bye.